I almost threw out my jar of cloves on day 2. I had read all the articles. I had heard the claims: better digestion, more energy, reduced inflammation, clearer skin. I prepared my clove water exactly as instructed: 2 cloves, hot water, steep 5 minutes, and drank it on an empty stomach. And nothing happened. No surge of energy, no sudden relief from bloating, no miracle. Just warm, slightly spicy water that left me wondering why I was even bothering. I thought, this is just another overhyped natural remedy that doesn't deliver. I was ready to quit, but I didn't. And that decision changed how I understand my body. Before I share what actually happened over the next 7 days, you need to hear this clearly. Clove water is not a harmless kitchen experiment. Made incorrectly, too strong, too often, at the wrong time, it can irritate your stomach, trigger acid reflux, and make your digestion worse than before. That's why most people try it, feel nothing or feel worse, and give up. They assume the remedy is useless. But the problem isn't the clove water. It's the method. This is not a miracle story. I'm not going to tell you that clove water cured a disease, reversed aging, or transformed my life overnight. This is not a detox fantasy or a fake before and after transformation. This is a truthful day-by-day account of what actually happened inside my body when I used clove water correctly, consistently, patiently, intelligently, for 7 consecutive days. No exaggeration, no hype, just the physiological reality. Stay with me until the very end, because day number 5 was the turning point. Something shifted that I did not expect, and I will show you the exact safe recipe that made the difference between failure and genuine, noticeable benefit. Why I even tried it. Like so many people after 40, and certainly after 50, I had accepted a certain baseline of discomfort as normal. Heavy digestion that lingered for hours after meals. Low energy that no amount of coffee could fix. Bloating that made me feel puffy and sluggish, especially by evening. Mornings that felt like I was pulling myself out of quicksand. Nothing was acutely wrong. No pain, no diagnosis. Just a slow, quiet decline in how my body felt day to day. I assumed this was simply aging, something to be managed, not solved. I was wrong. What makes clove water different? Cloves are not a simple spice. They are one of the most concentrated sources of bioactive compounds in the plant kingdom. The primary player is eugenol, a potent anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial agent. But cloves also contain significant levels of manganese, fiber, vitamins, and other antioxidants. When you consume cloves whole or ground, you get a rapid, intense hit of these compounds, which can overwhelm a sensitive digestive system. But when you infuse them in water correctly, the extraction is slower, gentler, and more balanced. The active compounds enter your bloodstream gradually. There is no shock to the system, no overload on the liver or stomach lining. This is why the method and timing of clove water are not minor details. They are the entire difference between irritation and healing. Before I reveal how my body actually changed over 7 days, a quick pause. 99% of you watching are not subscribed. If you want real experiments, not fake promises, help us reach 100,000 subscribers this month. Your subscription and like make this possible. Thank you. Now let's continue. Day 1 to 2. Complete disappointment. The first 2 days were unremarkable. I prepared my clove water exactly as I had read in a dozen wellness blogs. 2 cloves, hot water, steep 5 minutes. I drank it in the morning on an empty stomach. I waited for something to happen. Nothing did. No surge of energy, no sudden digestive relief, no mental clarity, just warm, slightly spicy water. I felt nothing. I almost quit. Most people do. The internet is full of stories about miraculous transformations on day 1, And when that doesn't happen, the assumption is failure. But the body doesn't work on internet time. Day 3 to 4. The first quiet signals. Around the third morning, I noticed something subtle. The bloating I usually felt after breakfast was less, not gone, but diminished. My stomach felt lighter, less distended. By day 4, my bowel movements, which had been irregular and often incomplete, were smoother and more predictable. Nothing dramatic. No colon cleanse explosion. Just a quiet, noticeable improvement in basic function. Something was happening inside. Slowly, patiently. The compounds were accumulating. The gut environment was shifting. And my body was beginning to respond. Day 5, the turning point. I woke up on day 5 and knew immediately something was different. The usual morning grogginess was absent. My head felt clear, not foggy. My stomach was flat, not from dehydration, but from genuine lack of distension. I wasn't buzzing with fake energy. I was simply awake, present. It wasn't a dramatic transformation, but it was undeniably real. This was the moment I understood. Clove water wasn't going to give me a sudden, dramatic change. It was going to slowly, steadily, quietly optimize systems that had been underperforming for years, and that is far more valuable. Day 6 to 7. The full picture. By the end of the week, the effects had compounded. Digestion was consistently smooth. Meals that used to sit heavy for hours were processed and gone. My cravings for sugar and refined carbs had noticeably dropped, a sign of improved blood sugar regulation and healthier gut bacteria. The low-grade joint stiffness I had accepted as normal in my hands and knees was reduced. And my sleep? I fell asleep faster and woke up less during the night. My body felt, for the first time in years, balanced, not perfect, not superhuman, just closer to how it was meant to function. What actually changed? Inside my body. Let me translate these subjective feelings into physiological reality. Clove water used consistently and correctly appeared to support several key systems simultaneously. First, the antimicrobial properties of eugenol help reduce populations of potentially harmful bacteria in the gut, allowing beneficial species to thrive. This shift alone can reduce gas, bloating, and systemic inflammation. Second, cloves stimulated bile flow from the gallbladder, which acts as a natural lubricant and mild laxative, improving stool transit and consistency. Third, the anti-inflammatory effects of eugenol quieted low-grade systemic inflammation that contributes to joint pain, brain fog, and sluggish metabolism. Fourth, clove antioxidants supported liver enzyme function, aiding the body's natural detoxification pathways. When all these systems improve together, the whole body responds, not overnight, but over time. The critical warning: who should not use clove water? Now I must pause and deliver a crucial warning. Clove water is not for everyone. If you have active stomach ulcers, severe acid reflux, GERD, or a history of gastritis, the stimulating properties of cloves can worsen your symptoms and delay healing. If you are on prescription blood thinners like warfarin, clopidogrel, or high-dose daily aspirin, cloves can potentiate the anticoagulant effect, increasing bleeding risk. And if you have a known allergy to spices in the Myrtaceae family, which includes cloves, allspice, and eucalyptus, you should avoid it entirely. Natural does not mean safe for every person in every circumstance. I say this not to scare you, but to ensure you use this tool wisely, or not at all, if it doesn't fit your health profile. The exact safe recipe that worked for me. This is what you came for. After days of trial and error, this is the precise method that delivered consistent, gentle benefits without any irritation. Correct clove water recipe. Ingredients: 2 whole dried cloves, not ground, not more. 1 cup hot water just below boiling around 200 degrees Fahrenheit / 93 degrees Celsius. Method. 1. Place the 2 whole cloves in a mug. 2. Pour the hot water over them. 3. Cover the mug immediately with a small plate or lid. This step is non-negotiable. It traps the volatile oils that would otherwise evaporate. 4. Steep for exactly 10 minutes, not 5, not 15. 10 minutes is the sweet spot for extracting beneficial compounds without releasing excess essential oils that can irritate the stomach. 5. Remove the cloves or strain the liquid. 6. Drink it warm, sipping slowly over 5 to 10 minutes. Timing. Drink this 1 hour after your evening meal, not immediately before bed. This allows the compounds to work during the overnight repair window without interfering with sleep or clashing with food digestion. Frequency. 3 to 4 times per week, not daily. Continuous daily use of potent botanicals can lead to sensitization or cumulative effects. Cycling, using it every other day or a few times weekly, prevents tolerance and allows your body to reset. The most common mistake. People fail with clove water for 3 predictable reasons. First, they use too many cloves. 3, 4, even 5 cloves per cup creates an overly concentrated, irritating brew. 2 is the maximum for gentle, sustainable use. Second, they drink it on a completely empty stomach, which can cause a sharp, unpleasant spike in gastric acid and lead to heartburn or nausea. Third, they expect instant results and quit when they don't feel a dramatic detox within 24 hours. This impatience is the enemy of all physiological healing. The body responds to consistency, not intensity. Who benefits most from clove water based on my experience and the available research? This preparation works best for people over 50 who experience slow, sluggish digestion that feels like food sits in the stomach for hours. Persistent bloating and gas, especially after meals. Low energy that coffee doesn't fix. Frequent mild illnesses or slow recovery from colds. And generalized low-grade inflammation manifesting as joint stiffness or muscle aches. If this sounds like you, clove water is worth trying. Correctly, patiently, with the proper method. What clove water did not do. Let me be absolutely clear about the limitations. Clove water did not cure any disease. It did not replace my blood pressure medication or cholesterol medication. And I am not suggesting anyone stop their prescribed treatments. It did not detoxify my liver in some mystical, dramatic fashion. It did not fix years of poor diet or sedentary habits in 1 week. It supported my body's existing systems, helping them function closer to their optimal capacity. That is the honest truth. And that honest truth is more valuable than any exaggerated claim because it sets realistic expectations and builds sustainable trust. My challenge to you, if you recognize yourself in this story, if you've accepted sluggish digestion, low energy, and mild discomfort as normal aging, I invite you to try this experiment. Not forever, just for 7 days. Use the exact recipe, the precise timing, the recommended frequency. Observe how your body responds not with expectation of miracles, but with curiosity about what might shift quietly over time. And then come back to this video and share your experience. Now, I want to hear from you. Would you try clove water? Yes or no? Write it in the comments below. Your answer helps build a community of people who are done with guessing and ready for what actually works. If you value simple, honest, science-aligned health habits that actually work when done correctly, no hype, no exaggeration, just results, then please subscribe to this channel. Hit the like button if this video gave you something real to consider, and share it with someone over 50 who needs to hear that small changes, used the right way, can create meaningful differences. Because that's the truth I almost missed. Small habits, used the right way, consistently, That is how real lasting change happens, not in dramatic overnight transformations, but in the quiet, cumulative effects of daily decisions made with intelligence and patience.